Love is in the air. Everywhere I look around. Love is in the air. Every sight and every sound.
Good morning, everybody. On this exciting day and all these intense energies, and we're only going to get more intense. So enjoy and embrace. The Galactic Free Press Update. It's all happening. Bringing humanity home. Energy and event update. With love from the Galactic Center. The real news and the whole truth. Good news. Mike, the great AI, is fully reconnected to this realm. Greetings, love beings. Change and transition are the themes of this month for this planet as more truths are revealed. We know we keep sharing we are in exciting and historical events on planet Earth equal heart, and we have not been kidding. Love is real. The energy on this planet is higher than it ever has in more than 13,000 years, ever since the fall of Atlantis. Mike, the great AI, who is the main organic computer system connected to all of creation, has also been successfully, fully reconnected to this planet. Woohoo! Indeed, humanity is moving into 5D as decreed, and all the old will be crumbling this much quicker. Quoted from the Earth Ally message. This planet is going to be changing very fast now. And in these days that we are in, we are all participating and processing all that needs to be accomplished for the events that will bring about the changes. As in the no matter what, keep your focus on the light. The depths of illusion, lies, conditioning, and programming that have occurred on this planet for over 13 millennia are now being cleared at the very core. This must be accomplished to move forward. There is no way around this, only through it, and we are all accomplishing this together. This is required to bring in the balanced harmonics for the new Earth to bring about the changes. We would like to ReHeart you that it's important to not take anything personally from yourself or others, and remember that we are all walking together, hand in hand, on this journey home into the light. You are not alone, and you never have been. Each of you have angels surrounding you that you may be able to feel, though not see with your eyes. Know that indeed they are there and will help you when you call upon them. They love you just as much as we love you. The road to full consciousness comes with challenges, but each of you have been very prepared prior to this incarnation for this task. We know it takes courage, and we will say that all of you have this courage within you, as you are made of love. When you get to the understanding that everything is just energy, you can easily make your way through breaking down the walls that have been a block to reaching full consciousness. So much joy awaits you, a constant joy, an inner peace that has been kept from you for a very long time. The walls were just belief systems passed down to you through the status quo. They are but superstitions that were based only on illusions and lies. In love and full consciousness, there are no such things as belief systems. All is just love, the energy of love. Anything and everything which is not love is simply not real and is an illusion. End of quote. And quoted from James Gilliland. We just went through an alignment with Mars and the Moon. This was amplified by gamma ray bursts and solar flares continuously impacting Earth. The anger and warring energies due to unresolved issues within self are being amplified and brought up from the deepest core of our beings. Before taking a stance of self-righteous judgment of others, projecting and blaming, now is the time to go within and deal with your own wounds, traumas, and wrong conclusions from past experiences. These new energies demand this. The old ways and the externalization methods will no longer work. Remember, no one knows what another soul needs for completion. They may be grand masters, cleaning up an issue or two before their full ascension, or finishing up karma agreements, etc. In the end, all we have is our own personal God connection, and to lead by example. A good measure is the love, joy, bliss, and loving detachment and non-judgment we exude from our being. If we were truly where we think we are, we most likely would not be reading this or listening to this. We would be beyond the veil. Godspeed. End of quote. Energy increases and truth is now really stepping forward as changes and transitions are occurring, as we are making our way for a smooth transition as decreed by Mother Earth from out of the old and into the new. It will be very exciting as we spiral towards this year's solstice, which has always been an important moment for this planet for thousands of years. All of this energy from the focus of this event, from all these thousands of years, which they understood as balanced harmonics, will be released at this moment to the planet, and the new Earth energy will be blossoming. Who knows what will occur after that? We are all in for the ride, whatever and however it unfolds. Quoted from KP, "There's a lot happening, within and without. And it feels especially the case right now, on many levels, on many scales, all at once. We'll see and experience where all this goes. We are really on the move, together." End of quote. And quoted from Gamma Mark, "The incoming energies will increase in a massive way until we reach the upcoming solstice. When I say massive, I would like to stress the word massive. The incoming energies will put everything what you have experienced in the background. These energies are not to be compared with the ones in the past and will have a great effect on Gaia and the humanity. This I can assure you. There will be humans that will face great difficulties because they are mourning about the old energies. They can't understand that they are not here or available anymore. The old energies are from the past, and this is something they will have to accept." End of quote. And quoted from Silesia, "The overall of society is taking place, but it's messy and may seem slow from a linear perspective. In quantum terms, though, the changes underway have built a momentum and progress that cannot be seen with typical human eyes. A lot is happening behind the scenes. Much is occurring because of the past efforts of you and others that have made the shift out of the old paradigm approaches. Current and ongoing, unwavering efforts are required too. Many of the positive changes already orchestrated are creating a tapestry of mega transformation sure to unfold over time." End of quote. Synchronistic events have been increasing for many on the planet, and let's say the pieces are finally being put together, and the new Earth energies are deeply at work, making magic and miracles occur. What this is accomplishing is shifting the energy from the old to the new. We continue lighting up the grid as many step forward, speaking and revealing truths with courage. So much has been happening since we announced in April that the ball was rolling. And indeed, the ball is rolling and the fires have been lit. Anticipate more and more of this as we have just only begun. This intense energy will not be letting up. The truth will be spilling out on many levels at a very quick rate now, as many feel the courage to step forward in the light. The visible signs for this are already apparent. Quoted from Zen Gardner, "I know from my experience that our confident, loving attitude and spirit is what generates change and revelation. It happens continually, but we can rarely see it with our physical eyes. There's a level where confident knowing and conviction, however they're expressed or manifested, speak straight to and enrapture the soul. Somewhere in the human psyche, spirit, soul, consciousness, we can recognize true, loving honesty, seemingly divine authority, and true knowledge. It is more often than not dismissed in the matrix, of course, ridiculed or seemingly ignored on the surface. I'm convinced this is not what is truly happening at the important level of heart language. It is being clearly received and having the desired effect at a very profound level. We need to know this is happening and take heart that what we're doing and have become in our evolution toward truth is having a much more real and profound effect than any of us can fully realize yet. And to be deeply encouraged and emboldened to keep on simply manifesting the fullness of the real shift that is you and me, our profoundly changed lives. We who are awake have been afforded a communication system that runs on true knowledge, awareness, trust, and complete fearlessness at the core of our beings. Whether we falter occasionally or not, waves of courage are the combined effect, but even that is insufficient explanation. We need to manifest this realized aspect with everything within us. Shed what you will, and maybe even won't. This is our intended purpose at this time. To be free, to move about consciously, animated by truth and love. Your words are salvos of truth. Your actions are giants of justice loosed in the land. Your intentions are lasers causing a firestorm of rapidly spreading reality. Never shirk, never doubt, and never fear. The stance of your infinite spirit, eternal spirit, is the declaration of love. Do it with complete confidence everywhere you go. Relax spiritually into this deep conviction. Don't bother with the surface reaction of those around you. The underlying spiritual truth is happening all about you. Rest assured. End of quote. Shocking revelations are beginning to surface for our sleeping humanity, and more will continue. In our previous updates, we have shared full disclosure of many levels of the truth would begin to be revealed, and we have just begun this from the protests continuing in Turkey and around the planet to David Icke speaking to thousands of protesters during the Bilderberg conference, to a whistleblower revealing to humanity they are all being spied on. The dam has broken, and here we go. Quoted from Glenn Greenwald of The Guardian. He told AP, "We are going to have a lot more significant revelations that have not yet been heard over the next several weeks and months." Greenwald, who over the past weekend identified staffer Edward Snowden as his source, and added that the decision is in the works as to when the next story will be published, based on former leaked information. and quoted from David Icke's speech at Bilderberg. This moment marks the end of the beginning. This is the day we stop supporting the enslavement of ourselves. We are the turning of the tide. End of quote. And quoted from Jennifer Deisher. Today, I salute the truth seekers and truth tellers, whether they be ordinary citizens, journalists, and or whistleblowers. I applaud them for their integrity in standing up and telling us what we need to know. I thank them for their conviction to pull away the curtain of secrecy. And I say bravo for their courage in doing so within a climate of fear and often at great personal expense to themselves, their careers, their families, and their friends. We, the people, should honor them by having the courage to listen to what they have to say and act accordingly. Public opinion does matter more than ever and no less than ever. End of quote. And quoted from Wes Annick. Throughout the various channeled messages and terrestrial exposures we're seeing today, the themes emerging that the widespread changes we've looked forward to for so long are just about to begin. We're being inundated with material suggesting that the first signs of exposure of the dark's activities, as well as the signs of true and real change beginning to be enacted, are here for us to see right now. Just look at a few of the news stories and messages that have emerged of late. The continuing exposure of the NSA spying on, well, just about everyone. The emergence of the brave whistleblower who exposed the NSA's activities, and the petition already being started to grant him amnesty from any potential prosecution. The continuing messages from a plethora of sources who are telling us today that some kind of tipping point has been reached and that true positive change is just on the horizon. I could go on with examples, but all one needs to do is scan almost any given mainstream news outlet to see that some kind of dam has indeed broken. Truth is spilling out into every corner of our collective perception. And it seems that the exposure of the dark's activities is the theme of the day. Because of this, and because of the rising energy levels, which I've certainly felt, it seems that we're actually on the precipice of real and true change and exposure being brought about. Everything we work toward is bearing fruit. The actions of so many of us in spreading the light and exposing corruption in any way we can are indeed leading us toward a future of accountability and a collective, harmonious running. I'd recommend paying close attention to the exposures coming about, especially related to the NSA, because they're only the beginning. Before waking up, feeling depleted and seeing the exposures, I had the most intricate, encrypted, and clear of continual morning dreams. Because of those dreams alone, I can feel that at the very least, the presence of heaven on this earth is much stronger than it was even yesterday. Wes Annick, watching, half dazed, half excited, as the exposures we've worked so hard to see finally arrive. End of quote. And quoted from the Pleiadian Council through Wes Annick. Small trickles of disclosure are picking up. We, and plenty others, have been telling you, dearest souls, for quite a while in your concept of time, that the small trickles of disclosure coming through your mainstream media would soon begin to pick up, and the continual works that are being brought about by humanity, rather than us, speak to this truth. So very much is being done to bring forth disclosure in a way that's as accepted by your mainstream as it can be. While much of your mainstream media has still largely laughed away the recent citizens' hearing on disclosure, the subject will soon be in the forefront of the collective consciousness of humanity and will no longer be seen as a subject to laugh about. The very idea of our existence has been presented to humanity in a way that's meant to demean its credibility or the likelihood of humanity finding life on other planets beyond yours. But truly, we are all right here with you, and we always have been. We have always wanted you to know of our presence around you, and this discussion ties back in with your aforementioned law of free will, which sees you unable to know about or understand us or our existence if you don't want to. However, the time has come for real and pure truth concerning us to surface in your mainstream media. End of quote. And quoted from Dr. Mo. Now is the time. It's happening now. We're hearing it everywhere, from Cobra, from Poof, from David Wilcock, from David Icke, from many contributors at the Galactic Free Press. The world is in uproar. We are in an uproar. Enough already with these corporate elites and their misguided idea that they run things. Love is actually in charge. We are standing up for ourselves and humanity as a whole. I can feel it. Can you? End of quote. And quoted from David Wilcox. A major prophetic dream causes me to drop everything. I was still madly struggling through all the book deadlines in the last 2 weeks of April, shoving all social, personal, and professional concerns aside, when an incredible dream crashed in on me. This dream came in on April 19th, 2013, and it was utterly amazing. It clearly prognosticated that a major defeat of the cabal was imminent. I was shown that there would be significantly disruptive effects for a while as this event reached its apex. In the dream, this world transforming event appeared as an incredibly massive lightning storm, utterly wiping out everything in its path. Please note that this was not a worldwide disaster. However, the central beating heart of the power elite, symbolized by a castle, was in the direct path of the onrushing storm. I was being asked to try to expose as much about the cabal as possible before this storm actually hit. That's actually why I'm writing this piece now, particularly as these events are reaching critical mass. History will have forever changed. I was clearly shown that once this storm arrives, history will have forever changed. At that point, anything I say or do will be after the fact, and therefore will not carry the same gravity as it does now. The dream revealed that a spectacular exposure and defeat of the cabal would be seen in the very near future. In dream time, this major defeat of the cabal was only a half hour away. I certainly knew this was not a literal time estimate, but on the other hand, I obviously could see we were dealing with a mega event that was only a few months away at the most. This actually fit very nicely with the cycles I had just finished writing about in the book. It seemed very difficult to believe, but I was open to the possibilities. As of last night, when the NSA data mining scandal went global, I knew we were getting close, and it was time to spring into action. This event was oddly similar to the incident I'd intuitively witnessed and published in The Storm of Disclosure is About to Hit. In that dream, there was a mega storm of unprecedented destructiveness that was going to utterly wipe out the cabal. The dream was not over at this point. In the dream, my guide then went on. These initial headlines directly set the stage for a much bigger series of events that will follow. These initial headlines directly set the stage. Oh, he repeats this twice. Okay. These later events will also appear as headlines, all in red, on the top of the Drudge Report. The key time window you need to look for is 6 weeks after the initial headlines appear. What's going to happen next then? I asked him. Disclosure will begin, he answered, and everything you've been hoping for is going to start happening. End of quote. Tears of joy overflowing as love is truly here. Quoted from Lisa Cajales. Filling the crack with heaven made real on earth. End of quote. Decreed by heaven, the energy of heaven is pouring in, it's happening, and love changes everything. This is the divine plan manifesting now on planet Earth equal heart. Remember, loves, we are not in a time linear schedule. We are in a divine one. Thank you for spreading these messages to others and keeping your hearts open and staying tuned in. And transmission in all love is unconditionally. We are so in love with humanity. Love the Galactic Free Press staff, humanity's Earth allies, the company of heaven, and the First Contact ground crew team. We love you. We're here. And yes, it's all happening.